Miss Heather here. Hope you're all doing well. For this week's class, we're going to be talking about mixtures. And the first one we're going to make is a lava lamp. Here's the supplies you'll need. I have a small glass, or a vase would work too, some water, food coloring, baby oil. Our first step is we're going to dye our water. I'm gonna make it blue. Put the cap on nice and tight. Shake it around a little bit. Now I'm gonna add the water to my glass. Actually, that looks a little too much. I want maybe about a third. When you have your cup about a third of the way, you're going to top it off with the oil. And you're going to see that the oil and the water do not mix. You will see a layered effect in your glass. Pretty good. The next thing we're going to use is an Alka-Seltzer tablet. When I drop this in, it's going to react with the blue water at the bottom, and it's going to turn your glass, which right now has the water on the bottom with a thick layer of oil on top, because water and oil do not mix. When I add the Alka-Seltzer, it's going to react with the water, bubble up, and look like a typical lava lamp. So I'm going to take one of the Alka-Seltzer tablets and drop it right in. And you should start to see the lava lamp effect. See the blue bubbles? The Alka-Seltzer is dissolving and reacting with the water. The oil is acting as a buffer from it. This is an easy experiment to see mixtures and how they work. For our next experiment, we're going to try to separate a mixture. And we're going to talk about something called chromatography. Chromatography is a special method that scientists use to separate mixtures using an absorbent material. A mixture is when two different things are put together, but they do not chemically react and change into something new. We're going to be using a mixture of ink. We have Sharpie markers, permanent markers, that have lots of ink molecules inside. Our absorbent material is going to be a t-shirt. A plain white t-shirt will absorb and help separate the molecules of ink. In order to do this, we need something that will help dissolve the ink. Now, permanent markers do not dissolve in water. They need to use rubbing alcohol. This is 91% isopropyl alcohol. And this, when it's dropped on top of the ink molecules, will make them spread out and create a really cool looking. You will also need a couple small cups, one to hold the rubbing alcohol, a pipette or a medicine dropper to use to drop the rubbing alcohol, and some rubber bands. Let's get started. You're going to take your shirt and find a nice spot where you want your first design to go. You're going to take the cup, put it inside wherever you want your design, and then put a rubber band around the cup, like so. Now is the fun part. You can draw and design with all the colors of marker that you want to use. When you get your design the way you like, now you can carefully put it on a flat surface. Then we're going to take our rubbing alcohol, pour some in a cup, and use our medicine dropper or pipette to get the ink molecules to separate. I'm squirting very slowly the rubbing alcohol in the center of the cup. The cup will catch any excess liquid and you'll see the ink starts to react with the rubbing alcohol and spread out and make a really pretty design. Let's do another one. I carefully removed the cup and now I'm going to take it to a new spot on the shirt. I pull the fabric tight, put the rubber band on, and start my design. You could try writing your initials or your favorite shapes or animals, anything you want. You'll see that the black Sharpie actually ends up looking more purple because the black ink has lots of different color molecules in it, and when the alcohol hits it, it spreads out and starts to dissolve. Let this dry for a second. When you're all done designing your shirt, you should have something that looks like this. So, when you're all done designing your shirt and you have it just the way you want, you're going to want to let this air dry for a couple hours, and then before you wash it, you should put it in the dryer all by itself so the heat of the dryer will set your design. After that, you can wash it regular. Enjoy and have a great week. Today we have an interesting article on river otters. Otters play a vital role in ecology of rivers. Playful North American river otters often sound like squeaky toys as they wrestle each other, slide down river banks, or frolic in water. Spotting these cute furry animals is not only good fun, it's also good news for the environment. North American river otters are a species whose population can indicate how healthy the environment is. The otters experienced a steep drop in numbers in the 1900s because of fur trapping and pollution, but they are not considered endangered today. The nomadic animals often travel miles over land through rivers and streams, seeking habitats with clean water and healthy fish population. They're high on the food chain. River otters eat fish, clams, snakes, turtles, small mammals, and birds. The Elizabeth River, a key Chesapeake Bay tributary flowing between Norfolk, Virginia, and Portsmouth, Virginia, was long considered a dead river because of toxins and pollution. It's now flourishing after a decade of community efforts to keep out chemicals and waste. Nonprofit organizations are raising awareness of river otters' importance. A newly formed Smithsonian Institution project is looking for people, including kids, to help scientists learn more about the animals. The Alliance is the citizen science project designed to help people understand otters and their important role in the food web. People can email sightings of river otters, and everyone can help provide a good home for them too by keeping the rivers and watershed free of pollution.